Bonjour and welcome to day 7 of the challenge, and today we are going to do some mindful movement. So this is a slower moving class, but it's still really important for our body and for our mind, and we're just going to focus on our movement, so particularly attention to the feet, to the hands, to the arms, to breathing. So I hope you enjoy this. So we're going to start by standing. We're going to have our feet directly underneath our hips. We're going to stand, our pelvis is stacked on top of the hips, our shoulders are stacked on top of the pelvis, and our head is nice and in between the shoulder blades. And I just want you to draw attention to the feet. So I want you to imagine that your feet are a tripod and you've got your big toe, little toe and heel are forming the touch points for that tripod. Okay, so now I want you to close your eyes, just bring your hands onto the rib cage, and I want you to inhale. Feel those ribs expand and try and expand into the sides of the ribs as well as the belly, and then exhale, ribs close down and the abs engage slightly to push all that air out. And again. Let's do one more. And exhale. Good. Now opening the eyes, I want you to go onto the front of the feet and then go into the sides, into the heels and to the other side. Okay, so we're using a bit of balance and just shifting the weight on our feet. Okay, and then let's reverse it. So the other way. Keep breathing all the time. Whoop. And back to center. Good. So now we're going to go up onto the balls of the feet, raising the heels, and then back on the heels, just raising the toes if you can. Okay, so lift the heels and then lift the toes. Good. It's harder on the heels for me. Lifting the toes up. And last one. Good. So now we're just going to do some sort of static running. So not running, but I just want you to work through the foot. So get some movement in the ankle, into the hips, into the knees, and really make sure that you're grounding down the heel. Good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we're going to come to do a plie down. So with the plie, we're not squatting. With the plie, we're just going straight down with our back. So we're going to plie down. We're going to straighten the legs, rise onto the heels, lower the heels. Okay, so it's just like a baby plie. Straighten, rise. Good. So again, we're just feeling where we are in space, using that ankle strength, using our feet, and up. Good. 4 more. 3. So it's not such a big bend in the plie. 2, because we're stretching out that Achilles at the back. And last one. Good. So step into the back of the mat now. We're going to inhale, exhale, nod the chin to the chest, and we're going to come into a roll down. Just a couple, just to warm that spine up a little bit more. Okay, bend the knees and just hang. Inhale and then exhale, let the abs lift us back up. And roll the shoulders at the top. And again, inhale, exhale. Try and get as much flexion as you can out of that spine. Bend the knees slightly. And lifting up. Good. And this time we're going to roll down and stay in 4-point kneeling. And we'll just walk it out and then come to a 4-point. Okay, so when we're in our 4-point kneeling today, we're just going to tuck the toes under and we're going to try and rest on the fingertips. Okay, if this gets too much, make the hands go flat, but we're just going to rock forward and rock back. So just getting some movement in the shoulder joints and into the hips. Okay, again, if the feet become bothersome where they are, take the feet back down. Good. So now we're going to, as we go back, raise an arm forward. So alternate arms. Just getting some mobility through the shoulders. Nice and gentle movement. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, so coming into a traditional 4-point kneeling now. So our feet are going, fronts of the feet are flat on the mat and our hands are flat. Okay, we're going to rock back, and as we rock forward, we're lifting the leg. So let's do alternate legs. Back and raise. So don't think about the height of the leg here. Just think about keeping your hips facing the floor and that leg shooting out as long as it can at the back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now keep the right leg back. We're going to bring it in with the bent knee, flex foot, and we're just going to point and flex the foot. Okay, so getting a little bit of mobility through the ankle. And then maybe now circle the ankle. You might hear a few cracks, hopefully not. And the other way. Good. And then we're going to straighten and flex as we bend it in. For 8, 7, 6, eye gazes to the end of your mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come in. Okay, so before we go to the other side, we're just going to do a cat stretch up, and then I want you to come into an up stretch. So you might need to take the knees back a little bit. So cat up, and then as you release, we're coming into an up stretch as the pelvis goes down. So flexion through that spine, and let's come all the way back this time, and then cat up and up stretch. All the way back, flexing up, and keep those abs lifted if you can to support the lower back. And up stretch. Let's do 3 more. Two. And last one. Lifting up. And then back into your regular 4-point kneeling. Good. Let's come to the other side. Okay, so taking the left leg back now, we're going to raise it up, bend the knee, and then we're going to flex and point the foot. Good. Keep those shoulders nice and solid on the back. And then circling the ankle. And the other way. And then let's straighten it and then flex it as we bring it in. For 8, 7. So working that glute and hamstring. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. And then just widen the knees and let's sit back into a rest pose. Breathing into the backs of the rib cage. And allowing the hips to open. And one more. And then we are going to come and lie on our tummy. Okay, so we're going to go into our breaststroke. Okay, just to get some nice back extension, because it just makes us feel so good to get some nice extension in the back. So our hands come to a goal post position, so 90 degrees to the shoulders. My hands are just wider than my mat. If you have a bigger mat, they could still be on there. And the head is hovering just off the mat. We're going to inhale as we extend the back up and exhale down. We'll just do 2 or 3 of these just to warm up before we go into our full breaststroke exercise. And down. Let's do 2 more. And down. And last one. And release. Good. Just shake the pelvis. And then let's come up to our full breaststroke now. So we're going to inhale, lift the back, lift the arms. We're going to shoot them forward, swim round. So I want you to dive the head down so it's just hovering off the mat. When the arms come round, extend up as you bring the arms to the hips. So dive down and swim around. Let's go for 5. So it's like a real proper breaststroke action. 3, 2, and 1. And then just hold the arms at the back. Let's just hold up here, really round the shoulders back so those scapula are pulling together. We're lengthening up. And then relax down. And then we are going to roll on to our backs. So, rolling down. Let's just get situated on the mat. So our arms are long, our shoulders are heavy, rib cage is heavy, pelvis is in neutral, and our feet are just quite close in. We're going to go into our pelvic curls. So we'll just do the basic pelvic curls to start with, and then we're going to bring in some arms and release down. Good. So tucking that pelvis towards the rib cage, getting as much flexion as you can, making sure you're nice and solid in the feet. We're not popping the ribs out the top. We're in a nice long line, opening up the hip flexors and down. Good. So now we're going to, as we go up, we're going to bring the arms up, but I want your palms to face the ceiling. Okay, and then bring them back down as you lower the hips. Good. So we're going to really bend those wrists back and relax down to the mat. Good. So on this one, we're going to start with our arms facing the ceiling, and as we come up, we're going to push our palms away. Okay, and then when we go back up, but our fingers go down to the mat. Again, so getting some movement in that wrist. And up. One more like this. And down. Good. So now, putting the arms wide, fingertips are resting on the mat. We're going to roll up. And we're going to lift the toes and then lift the heels. So we're walking through those feet again like we did on the mat, but we're doing it in a pelvis lifted now. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, really squeeze those glutes, and 1. Arms come up, and let's roll down and take our arms back to the mat. Great job. So our final exercise is going to be a progressive 100. So the 100 is all about breathing, but we're just going to sneak in a few abs to go with that breathing. So we're going to start with our head down, our arms are long, and we're just going to pump the arms as we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And again, in and out. Now curl the head and chest up. Keep going. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. In. Keep the pelvis neutral if you can, and out. Now take the knees to tabletop as we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. If you wish now, extend the legs. In and out. In and out. Bring the legs back to tabletop. In and out. Take the legs down. In and out. In, out. And then the head comes down. Last round. Just the arms and out. And in and out. And rest the arms and the head and everything down onto the mat. Let's just stretch out long. Take our arms above our head. Okay, and then I want you to bend the right knee in, and I want you to hold the right wrist with the left hand, and we're going to roll towards that left hand side as you open up the hip on the right. And just could have a really nice stretch down the side. Good. I'm rolling back and then other side. So grab the left wrist with the right hand and then opening up as you roll slightly towards the right hand side. So you should feel an opening up in the hip flexor. And down. Great job. Just going to do a figure of 4 stretch now, which is a really good stretch for every day, particularly if you're sitting at a desk a lot or driving. Figure 4 stretch just feels so good. So cross one ankle over and let the foot go on the knee, and then if you wish, bring that knee towards you and push the pelvis away. And down, and then let's switch sides. Crossing the ankle over the knee. If that's enough, stay there. If not, bringing the knee towards you. And down. Then just put the feet together and let the hips open. Put the hands on the belly as you breathe. And one more. And then bring the knees together. We're going to roll onto our side, pushing up, and you are done. So I really hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of a more calm workout for day 7, which is Sunday, of course. And I hope to see you back here again tomorrow for day 8. Take care.